Howdy folks, I'm Keith Bowen and this is Hard Rock University and the beautiful view from the Santa Rita Mountains in southern Arizona. It is gorgeous up here. Now let's see what we got to look at. Well, here we are up on a hillside in the Santa Rita Mountains of southern Arizona, and we're at Bud's Mine, and right below us is a pretty good sized stope, carefully protected from human entry by the Forest Service in their wonderful considerate ways with your tax dollars. And so this is a bat friendly enclosure. There's bars on the sides there, but this structure is a near vertical vein. Comes directly under my feet here. Goes back in that direction. We tried digging just a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's going to be easy to get to the structure there. I've been assured by Bud that underground we can do so. So let's continue hiking and see what samples we can get today. This is some really interesting host rock though. Perhaps a geologist out there can be more definitive, but this looks to me maybe like volcanic clasts that have been ejected from a volcano and then just stuck together when they landed. I don't know, it's pretty angular pieces, but they're all really tightly stuck together. And like in here you can see there's the fill. So I can't tell if that's hydrothermal filling of a just shattered bedrock or what, but it's not all the same type of rock either. See? So because there's a mixture of different clasts, I really can't tell, but it's pretty interesting. Oh well, down the hill. And this is a calcite vein here. This area is known for having caves and limestone, and you can see the crystals in it as you do this. And then if you take a knife, see how easy that scratches? That ain't quartz. This is probably completely and utterly irrelevant in terms of the mineralization. Probably came in much longer afterwards and had nothing to do with it, but it is pretty.
It is pretty.
Yep. And again, a good geologist can tell something about the size of those crystals there. Will tell him something important. That looks like the last little crack that finally sealed up. There's the opening. And just past Bud is kind of an intersection that looks really interesting. Here is a shaft. The chicken wire is to protect the puppy. This shaft is reportedly 300 feet deep, and I'm not going to argue with that. It looks like water down there that's reflecting.
Yeah, there's water at the bottom.
Yeah. So that's a pretty serious shaft there. And you have to come over these timbers to get where we're going. So that's a little unnerving, but they seem to be in pretty good shape. Now here we are at this intersection. On this side they clearly found this interesting, so we're going to take a sample of that. This breccia here, we're going to sample. On this side of the breccia zone, there's a different kind of mineralization here. We'll sample that separately. Little ore shoots, various other shenanigans. Here's that same side of the breccia zone, and then We'll take some of this as the breccia zone also. Back here they're going into the wall. Not sure exactly why. I presume they were just kind of looking for anything else. Here they seem to really like whatever was in the cracks of the rocks, which is okay with me. And same kind of here. There looks like a larger crack, so we're going to sample that. Well, time to get to work. Well, as the sun sets in the west on our pile of samples here, we'll bid adieu to Bud's mine, head back home and get it all crushed up. Well, here's the pan of the iron oxides on the entrance side of the intersection, a little bit separate from the breccia zone. There's just a little bit of really fine gold there, maybe an 02, 03. It's really fine. Same thing over here with the mineralized zone next to the breccia, basically on the south side of it there. Real fine gold, about an 02 or 03 showing. This is a close-up of the rock itself. As you can see, it's not like the breccia. This is more just of a mineralized fill. Now this is some of the breccia from the near side of the timbers there. As you can see, you have these clasts, or basically rocks, were broken up by ground movement, and then it was all cemented together by mineralized fluids. And here's some more of just the mineralization. This is from the far side of the timber. Superficially looks fairly similar. However, the pan looks a little different. They both had a little bit of gold in them, again in that 02, 03 range. But this one on the near side of the timber, see all that white stuff up there, or lighter colored stuff? That's almost a white mineral. It's very dense. There's your iron oxides down there. So it behaves as what I might call a super dense mineral as opposed to just a regular heavy like an iron oxide. Don't know what it is. This mine is supposedly, according to the records, an old lead mine, but I'm not aware of a white lead mineral. And here is from the other side of the timber, and you'll see it. You don't see that white mineral there. You see your iron oxides and everything, and that's about it. Darker colored minerals. I'm thinking perhaps a chemical analysis is required here. And here's the pan from the mineralized zone to the south of the breccia zone, past the timbering. And here's what it looks like. As you can see, there's a band of that lighter colored mineral there at the top. There's no real gold in it, maybe a couple specks. And this is that iron looking material at the very end of the adit. This stuff is so soft. I mean, I literally could just take a sample by just smacking it with a hammer. No chisel needed. Looks almost clayey in there. I wouldn't say this is a really clean limonite, that's for sure. There's a lot of limestone in this area. There may be some calcite cementing in there. I think about one little speck of gold. And there's some of that white stuff up at the top again. Okay. not looking real good here. The mineral reports from the Arizona Department of Mines and Mineral and Resources indicate that it was a lead mine with significant byproduct credits for silver and just a little bit of gold and copper in it. It didn't specifically state, but I presume it was being sold to the smelter. 10% lead, about 7 ounces to the ton silver, 0.04 ounces per ton gold is what they estimated the reserves would be. So not real exciting, even though it actually looks kind of nice. But we're going to make another trip probably to redo claim stakes, and I'll take a sample from the ore bin area, see if anything works better there. So far, not too great. Happy prospecting and keep it safe out there.